Be the boss they'll never want to leave. People don't just work for the company, they work for a leader. Feedback is the cheat code to improving your business, your leadership, and your team's loyalty. When you build a culture of respect and accountability, people want to stay. Absolutely nothing drives top performance away faster than working alongside slackers. Here's the thing about top talent. They're never satisfied. And if you're not giving them opportunities to grow, they will outgrow you. Welcome to another episode of the show Built with VAs. On the show, we talk about how you can scale your company with the help of virtual assistants. But if you're hiring someone local, the information and the strategies that you'll find on the show will apply just as well. Because here we're focused on how to build your team and how to have this team grow your company. I'm super excited about today's topic. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Valentina Brega, and today we talk about 7 ways to stop your top talent from leaving. So let's get right into that. Okay, here's a cold, hard truth. If you're losing your best people, it's your fault. Not the economy, not the competition, it's you. The difference between a business that scales and one that stalls isn't just marketing or operations, it's the people driving it. Your people are the force behind growing your company. And if you're not keeping your A players, you're sabotaging your own growth. So how do you keep your talent from walking out the door? Let's cut the fluff and get tactical here. I'm going to share with you 7 proven strategies to keep your rock stars locked in, engaged, and crushing it for your business. Number 1, share a vision bigger than the paycheck. People don't stay just for the money. They stay for the meaning. Yes, paycheck is important. In fact, one of these things to keep your top talent, we're going to talk about money here in just a few minutes, but mission is very important. They don't just stay for money. They stay for meaning. So if your business isn't a mission they can get behind, they'll take the next best offer and leave you in the dust. So you need to sell your vision as hard as you sell your product or your service. Just think about how much effort you put into selling your product or your service to your customers. In fact, your whole job, your whole responsibility as the manager, as the business owner, is to drive more sales, to increase the revenue of the company. And you're thinking about marketing, you're thinking about strategies, you're joining masterminds, you're taking courses, all to acquire more clients and to sell more products and services. Now imagine if you did the exact same things with a team, because your team, if they believe in you, if they believe in your mission, if they believe in what they're doing, they will naturally want to have to show you better results. Invest as much as you're investing in outside clients, invest in your inner clients, which are your team. Make them believe they're part of something massive and tie their role directly to the bigger picture. When your people see their work as a mission critical, they will stick around. So that's one very important. Number 2, stop tolerating mediocrity. Nothing, absolutely nothing drives top performance away faster than working alongside slackers. If you're letting toxic people or low performers stick around, you're creating an environment your A players don't want to be in. Because what's going to happen here is one of the 2 things. 1, your A players will leave because they don't want to be in this environment. Or 2, your A players will not put in the effort and they will not be A players anymore. Because they might look at somebody else and say, hey, why am I pushing myself so hard? The company is clearly okay with mediocrity. The company is okay with cutting corners. The company is okay with missing deadlines. The company is okay with letting a client go. The company is okay with this and this. Why am I pushing myself so hard? Why am I in this 100% when it's okay for me to be 70% in and I'm still not at the risk of losing my job? You don't want to do this. You want to set the bar high and you want to keep it there because your best people don't want to carry dead weight. They want to work alongside other killers. So you got to protect the culture by weeding out anyone who doesn't belong. And you really gotta be ruthless here. Number 3, build growth into the business. Here's the thing about top talent. They're never satisfied. And if you're not giving them opportunities to grow, they will outgrow you. In fact, actually 2 things are happening in a company. When you start out, you might be starting, you're at a certain level of expertise and your team is a certain level of expertise. You're a good match. And that's why you started working together. As the time passes by, one of the 2 things will happen. Either your company will grow more or your team will grow more than the company. So you want to make sure that you can grow at the same pace. You want to make development a core part of your business. And even if somebody stayed with you for years, doesn't mean they're still a good fit for you. And in fact, in my company, I had to let someone go who had stayed with me for years. And the reason for that is because our company outgrew way more than what her skills did. Even though we did offer training, we did offer a clear path of what what winning looks like in this role. Okay. And that's another thing. Make development a core part of your business. You could offer leadership training. You could give your people bigger challenges. You could clear paths to more responsibility. You could show them the way, how they could be a manager, how they can get more bonuses, how they can make more money, how they can get to the next level. Show them that the longer they stay, the more they win. And if people don't grow at the same pace as they're probably not an A player. And on this episode, we talk about A players. Number 4, loyalty isn't free. Earn it daily. Most businesses lose people because they take loyalty for granted. Just because someone's been with you for years doesn't mean they'll stick around if you're not actively earning their trust and commitment. And this isn't complicated. How do you win people's trust? Well, recognize their wins, celebrate their impact, make it impossible for them to feel unappreciated. People don't leave companies, they leave bad leaders. So be the leader they want to follow. And when I say people feel appreciated, it doesn't mean you constantly have to tell them, thank you, I appreciate you. It's not that, but they will feel in the way you trust them with more responsibilities. They will feel it in the way you praise them publicly, you criticize them privately. They will feel in the way that you praise their work. So make them feel good, make them feel heard, be there for them. Okay, earn their loyalty. Number 5, pay them fairly and pay them on time. And pay them on time. This is critical. Look, I'll keep it simple. If someone else is willing to pay your A players more, you're already losing. Let me say that again. If somebody else is willing to pay your A players more, you're already losing. I know I said earlier, the mission has to be bigger than the paycheck, and that's true. But money is still important. People still want money. You can't pay your bills with mission. You can't pay your bills with motivation or with good intentions. They still need to make money. People accept a job for the money. They will stay longer for you for the mission. They will stay longer for you for the appreciation. I have seen countless times where people would take a cut in their salary, but make sure they have that mental health and that stability and not have to worry. So money is not everything by any means. There are bigger things that count. Maybe that's, like I said, the mission, the way they treat it, the way they fit into the company, their purpose. But money is still a very big motivator. It's still a very big one. So pay them fairly, pay them on time, and don't wait until they threaten to leave to bump their salary. Because investing in top talent is one of the best ROI decisions you can make for your company. Number 6, be the boss they'll never want to leave. People don't just work for the company, they work for a leader. You know that, right? And if you're a micromanaging nightmare or you're absent when they need you, they'll find somebody better to follow. So give your team autonomy to do their job, trust them to make decisions, and most importantly, listen. When you build a culture of respect and accountability, people want to stay, not because they have to, but because they want to. Now, I want to make sure I make something very clear. There are 5 levels of how you delegate to people. And in fact, I have a whole episode here on the show on these 5 levels of delegation. The first one is the most basic one. It's basically do as I say. Do as, here's the SOP, here's the standard procedure. Don't deviate, follow it verbatim. Do not question it. Just do it. And this is the most basic one. This is not the level we're talking about here. On this episode, we're talking about your A players, people who have been with you for years, people who have been loyal to you, who understand your business needs, who understand you. We're talking about your top talent here. So most likely this is not the people that just follow an SOP verbatim and who don't dare question what you're doing. This is level 1 of delegation. We're talking about people at level 4 or level 5. Level 4 or 5 is when people have autonomy, where they are responsible for their departments. They have managerial roles. People who know and who have proven to you that they know how to take your business from one point to another. People who have earned your trust. So don't be a nightmare when it comes to micromanaging these people, the top talent. Now, if you're just starting working with someone, micromanaging is okay. It's expected. Setting expectations is good. But again, even for them, just don't overly do it. Okay. But when it comes to top talent, be the boss they'll never want to leave. Give them that autonomy. Trust them to make decisions and listen to what they need. Be there for them. Be there for their growth. And then they will help you grow the company as well. Number 7, feedback is the game. If you want to know how to keep your team engaged, ask them. Just ask them. Feedback is the cheat code to improving your business, your leadership, and your team's loyalty. So you have to create a loop where feedback flows both ways. Let them know what they're doing, that they're killing it, or what they can do to improve. But you also ask them how you can do better as a leader as well. What you can do to improve, to clear the obstacles for them to grow as well. Because when you make it clear that you're constantly trying to level up, they will be inspired to do the same. So kind of to put the playbook for retention is very clear. This isn't rocket science, it's discipline. Your best people are your biggest asset, and losing them is the fastest way to burn cash and is the fastest way to grow slowly. So here's the play. Number 1, make the mission bigger than the paycheck. Number 2, create a no BS culture by eliminating mediocrity. Number 3, build a system where staying means winning. Number 4, earn their loyalty every single day. Number 5, pay them what they're worth. Number 6, be a leader they can't imagine leaving. And number 7, use feedback to constantly improve the game. Your talent is either building your dream or somebody else's. It's your choice which one it is. So execute relentlessly. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.